The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.
Yo, yo, yo. Look at this, man.
What's up?
Blast from the past right here.
I'm telling you, bro. It should have done this show yesterday, dude. Throwback Thursday. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Or
That's
That's actually a good idea, Pedro.
I guess it could be Far Back Friday, right? You know what I'm saying?
hashtag moving forward. It's happening.
Oh man.
How you doing, Chad? It's good to have you back, dude.
Oh, it's good to be back. We're doing good. Staying busy. Staying
Yeah,
busy.
man. I'm telling you, you straight took the sometimes moniker and you went to the extreme with that.
You
bro.
ran with it.
he's
I'm
been
not
on
gonna let you be a
PTO
liar.
for like 600 days.
Wait, the P's missing from that though. Where's that at? No, I couldn't make it. I got to make an honest man out of you. You called me sometimes Chad, so we're gonna be here sometimes.
I guess we did speak it into existence there, Pedro.
Yeah.
We did.
Damn.
But he just left us though, bro. You know what I mean? He just we came home and there was no dinner on the table. All his stuff was gone. He even took the dog, and then there was and then he wrote his Dear John letter on the back of the light bill. And we were so mad, we threw it away, and then we forgot to pay the light bill, and the lights got turned off.
Didn't even take the trash out.
Yeah,
See, what it
didn't
was
take
is
the
I
damn
just felt like I was
trash out.
holding y'all back, and I mean, you guys have done great since. So maybe I was right. I was just holding you back.
I mean, just think of where we could have been. You know, it's like the utopia memes you've seen. Like, if sometimes Chad would have stayed with the lounge, I mean, the world would be different, dude. We wouldn't have fraud anymore. We wouldn't have double brokers.
Yeah.
Fuel wouldn't be going through the roof. I mean,
Could have ended it all, dude. You have no idea what could have been.
this man just had to go and
Oh,
grow a
we're all
booming
still
business.
young, so
How dare you go take care of your children and your family and make money?
shameful, shameful. I just
Don't you know what this business is all about?
I'll pray about it later.
Bro, it's so good to have you back, man.
No, it's good to be back. Good to see both y'all's faces, and I know you guys are doing great. I naturally I keep up and watch. I kind of stalk y'all actually. Very proud of the work you guys are doing, the impact you're making in the industry, the entertainment you provide. America's backbone while they are on the road, and I'm very proud to once have been a part of it. I'm very proud to still be a part of it, and no, you guys do great, and I certainly appreciate you guys. Happy to be here.
Man.
You know, Chad. I need you to send me a picture of you, bro, and I'm gonna put it right here on my desk.
Doesn't matter what kind of picture.
So you'll no, well, I mean, everyone's gonna see it. So I mean, well, it could be non-clothed, and then we'll just like put clothes on it. You know, we'll do be like a slide, like one of those old peep show thing.
Pedro, on the background, we'll just do like a little wall of fame. I'll just edit it. We'll just put up a little wall, little placards, and then.
Trying to edit out. No shame. No shame.
We'll have our own wall like at the CIA. You know what I mean? Just no names.
Have you seen this man?
No, good.
Well, good shit.
Ugh.
You know, the funny thing is this is exactly all we did on the shows that Chad was with us. Like I went back and watched some of them when I was looking for this stuff for Dale, and so I mean, even though Dale wasn't on them, I ran across like, oh, I'm watch these, but we just sit there and rambled about just nothingness, man. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining. You know, those were some of the the less dumpster fire days.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was.
I remember the day we found out we were pregnant. I was on a show about 2 hours later with you fine gentlemen, and I had a terrible day at work. So it could easily be misconstrued that I drank a lot of liquor that night because I found out I was having a baby, and that wasn't it at all. I just hated my job at the time. But I drank a lot of liquor on the show with you fine gentlemen, and I went back the next day and I watched the playback, and I'm sitting here the whole time just like I kind of made myself motion sick watching that over again, and yeah, good times.
It's so funny you brought that up. Hunter just so happens to have some highlights from that show. Roll those reels, Hunter. No.
Damn it. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties. Give me a minute. I'll find it.
Son of a gun, dude. Oh. All right. So before we get into it with Chad, we gotta kind of still do the the same format flow of the show. So we got to do some news, but tonight or today, this afternoon, sorry, this evening, wherever you're at, you're going to do the news for us because amongst all the other things you're going to talk about tonight, a real prime thing is something you have been working on. She think is, I mean, let's I guess we can go ahead and say it, right? Like change a part of the industry, right?
Absolutely, and make it better, make it easier.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Right? We're gonna roll this news segment here, and then once we do, or roll this newsreel. Once we do, you can start talking about or giving us the news. Let Hunter or I know when you want us to roll your video that you sent us for too. Okay, so Lounge Media News, everybody.
Lounge Media News, brought to you by AR Doc Pro and sourced from TruckingNewsHub.com.
All right, so gonna keep it short and sweet to start. The video is gonna help really give you an idea, and then we'll talk about it after. But Momentum CMS, we've talked about it a little bit. We've been keeping it close to home until now. Actually, I'm very excited to be announcing the phase 2 launch date here with you fine gentlemen on the Logistics Lounge. But Momentum CMS, it is a TMS. We call it a CMS because it's not just for carriers. It's not just for brokers. It is for dispatchers as well. It is a carrier management system. It is a TMS that houses multiple authorities. And if you would, roll the footage and we'll talk about the rest after.
Momentum CMS, ladies and gentlemen.
Whether we got it. When finished, this thing is going to be an all-in-one source here. We're still in development. We're in phase 1, what we call phase 1 beta, which means, for those who don't know, I own PMA Transportation Management. That is a elite dispatching service you can partner with. 24/7 dispatching, compliance, back office support, all the good stuff. So not only is this being built here for us, but this is being built by people who are already sitting in those seats, who knows what's needed, not only to increase revenue and profitability for our clients and ourselves, but what we have the resources to kind of put it in play and work it out first. So we're in phase 1 beta. My team is currently using this, where they're going to start really using this coming week. And that's going to give us time to work out the bugs, the initial bugs. And then we're going to launch on April 2nd, phase 2 beta. Phase 2 beta is going to be available to a limited number of dispatchers, independent dispatchers, whether you have 2 trucks or you have 30 trucks. We do want to diversify this limited availability to kind of gather feedback from different operations and different workflows and just all the different. And why do we want that? Because we want to make sure this is extremely versatile and volatile. It can be changed, customized for every individual out there. At the end of development, this will not only be a TMS for dispatchers, it'll be a TMS for carriers. It can be a TMS for brokers. It's going to keep track of compliance management. It's going to keep track of your all your revenue, whether you are a carrier, whether you are a dispatcher, whether you are a dispatcher managing fleets, helping with lease programs and such. It'll keep track of payroll and all of that good stuff. And so it's just truly an all-in-one. My favorite feature about this, and we all hate this term in this industry, I think, right now, AI. If you're a carrier, you call a broker and you get this AI on the phone, and you got to kind of figure out how to be past it. So this isn't going to be an up for AI. This is going to be an AI dispatch assistant. All those check call emails and update emails, it's going to handle that for you. When a load is complete, as the moment it's complete, it's not only going to close the load out, it is going to invoice it for you, whether you're using a factoring company or you are just invoicing yourself and accepting direct payments. It'll also keep track of course, that accounts receivables. But for the smaller carriers, those who are factoring, we already have some partnerships lined up for integrated factoring, which means the moment you upload this POD and the driver uploads a POD, it's going to close the load out and it's going to send that RateCon and POD straight to the factoring service. The one main partnership we have set up right now, of course, is Shoreline Capital. Very excited. I've been partnered with them for a long while. Yep, right here. I guess I don't know. One of the tops.
Pedro, point up. So much
side. But absolutely, Shoreline Capital is a great partner of PMA, and an outstanding partner with Momentum CMS as well. So if you are partnered with Shoreline Capital at the use of this CMS, as we call it, and the moment you deliver a load, your driver uploads a POD, they'll have your documents in hand. It cuts out a task. And that's the whole point of this, is cutting out those, I guess, kind of tedious tasks, the bottlenecks. It's going to help dispatchers, carriers, and alike cut out the bottlenecks and focus on generating higher revenue.
Well, hell yeah, brother. When's the official launch date?
We are watch the website. I can send it. It's momentumcms.com. We have a phase 2 beta launching April 2nd. This is going to be limited to, I believe, 35 dispatchers. And I'm going to want to talk to every dispatcher because we want diversity in there. We want different trucks, different units, different ways of operating, because we want to make sure in that phase 2 beta, it's limited, but it's going to be a very discounted rate. The cool thing is, if you're one of those 35 that get in there for that phase 2 beta, you'll get the premium subscription without ever paying more than that initial price. That's our thank you for helping us with your feedback. But we want to take all of these different operating methods, and we want to make sure this system is really built out to serve everyone. And that'll launch. It'll go up on the website next week to start packing up the waiting list for that. And so the go live date right now is scheduled for April 2nd.
Well, Chad, we're going to kick you off screen for a second. Pedro, are you ready for our guest for today?
Yeah, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes Chad.
WD-40 and a Craftsman wrench. He ain't printed dust. He's just made in America.
I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Well, yeah, we got to get the show started, man.
I
we
know
gotta
you said
start
that, and
it.
I looked down. I was like, "Is someone here? I didn't see them. Was Hunter hiding them?" I was like, so freaking confused.
You said we were going through the normal workflow, right? The show flow.
That's right.
Oh my god, it's funny.
But no, cool shit.
Well, anyway,
But now that all that's
hey,
out of the way,
that is pretty interesting stuff. And not comparing you, I haven't seen your product, but when I first got into brokering, man, to help as a side hustle, when I was getting started, dude, I did dispatch, and I helped some friends of mine that owned, I think it was like combined, it was like 8 trucks, something like that I helped them deal with. But there was a program out there called Truck Logic. And it was 4 carriers in dispatch, and it was really good, and it did some of what you're talking about. Yours seems like a step above that, and it was a really useful tool, man. I really liked it. People think about TMSs, Chad, and I know yours is a CMS, but when they think about those programs, people primarily think of them for brokers or larger carriers and stuff. Most smaller carriers like, oh, I just use Google Drive or whatnot, so forth, so on. Then I got a bookkeeper and I do this and I do that and I do that. But in today's age, even myself, bro, I'm learning to lean in a lot more to things like AI to help me find a way to automate tasks and do tasks. And so, this right here, not saying you're not talking strenuous on the AI, but this right here to help even these smaller carriers or these dispatchers to automate things. Like you said, get rid of bottlenecks that hurt your time, which inevitably hurts your revenue flow or time you be putting towards bringing more revenue in the company, or spending time helping the other folks that work for you. So applause on you, Chad.
Thank you.
Hunter's been, I told you he wasn't just a dumb redneck, Hunter. See, I told you he wasn't, dude, man. Like
This guy?
Well, now this is what we call faking it till we make it, guys.
you're doing amazing, bro.
The AI, it's all back end. So I hate it when I hear my dispatchers calling and they can't get past the AI to talk to someone real to book a load. So this is back end AI. It allows for the AI to continue to help, of course, but and close those bottlenecks for you, or open those bottlenecks up. But we're still keeping relationship at the forefront of our business, and I think wholeheartedly at the forefront of all logistics, transportation, and supply chain management is going to be and needs to be relationship. And so we're not compromising that at all with this. It's just simply getting rid of those tedious tasks that we wake up in the morning and it's the first thing we do just to get it out of the way. That won't happen anymore. Hopefully, for those who use this, of course. But no, it's a very exciting journey to be on.
It sounds fantastic, man. I wish I was in a position and doing something to where I could ask you to, let me use it, bro, just to test it out and mess with it. I love doing that stuff, man. So yeah, but
actually, PMA agency right there, and you can use it.
Well,
no,
Chad,
I got too many other things going on. I'm not trying to add a third full-time job to my list.
Third. Pedro's got 50 jobs, all self-induced.
Yeah, that's right. I do it myself.
He pays for half of them.
I do it. That is also true. It's also true.
Well, yeah, Chad, if you do have if you can pull it up where you can show us the website and maybe, I don't know, if you want to do a little example of it, that's on you. But well, let's see. Actually, I guess we could go to
what we plan on doing is having a demo made up.
Okay.
Hopefully next week. I don't want to make a demo until we have those initial bugs worked out. But yes, I will absolutely have a demo promo made up, and I'll send it to you guys. And you're probably 2 weeks out from that, but I will absolutely share it with you.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll get around to it. So, Chad, it's been a while. When's the last time you were on the show? You think?
I was on. There was
He's been on Freestyle Friday
like 3 months ago.
Yeah, I
Friday
think he was on the birthday show. I think he may have been on the birthday show too.
The last show of the 2025.
Okay.
Well, the Lounge Miss. Okay, yeah, you were on that one. Okay,
yeah. So we haven't I guess I don't know if we've had you on as a guest.
Nuh-uh.
No. So we'll go ahead and get it started. I know we got one question waiting here, but
okay.
Well, do you want to get to the question?
I don't care. I just wanted to make sure you saw it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. Ethan, we will get to your question here in a second, but just to preface all of this, Chad go ahead and tell everybody who you are and how you got to where you are today with PMA.
Absolutely. So PMA, half my business was intentional. The other half was an accident. Um, Before I get into the actual business, PMA stands for positive mental attitude. It's a legacy of my father's. He used to preach PMA through the good times, through the bad times. Keep your positive mental attitude. So when naming my company, I really wanted to utilize that in my company and continue sharing his legacy after he had passed. So the business side of it, there's two entities that are PMA. One is PMA Global Logistics. That is my freight brokerage. I am a freight broker. I have worked with the same book of business for many years. One of the common, and I'll just go ahead and address it up front. One of the common questions I get is, "You're a freight broker and a dispatcher. Like, are we worried about taking these rate cons and back solicitation?" No, not at all. I've been working with the same book of business for many years, and I don't, unless a referral comes along in that book of business. I have no plans to lead the part of the industry I work in, which is in break bulk, heavy haul, over dimensional, and project cargo. Imports, exports. I'm a dual agency, so I'm an agency with the freight forwarder as well. So not only do I move it domestically, we move the internet. We handle the international leg as well. PMA Transportation Management. That's the accident, as I'll call it. I was dispatching one truck when I started this business, just making a little extra cash. And I had a boss at the time tell me I either needed to come to work to get paid or I needed to not get paid. And then I could go spend time with my wife, who just had a major surgery, and my son, who just spent a week in the NICU right after being born. And this is literally as we're going home from the hospital. And so my wife said, "Well, if you just find one or two more trucks, that'll help make ends meet until we can build your brokerage up." And I haven't stopped finding trucks yet. And so when I saw the potential and the need for an American-based, fully transparent, just full of integrity service for dispatch and operations, we decided to turn PMA Transportation Management into like a legitimate business. We learned structure. We figured out how to streamline, and we explored, found those pinch points. We had good weeks, we had bad weeks, and that's how PMA Transportation Management came to me. So that is the dispatch and operations, outsourced operations, as I like to call it. And of course, momentum. Momentum is something I'm learning every day still. As we build, as we see what's out there to add to the capabilities. But now I've been doing this business 16 years, and it was supposed to be a summer job I haven't figured out how to get out of. But this is moving freight is the backbone of America. And I sit at a desk all day. All my employees sit at a desk all day. My agents sit at a desk all day. So I do want to go ahead and throw out there that there are drivers in the truck moving the freight that I'm contracting. So all thanks to the OTR drivers that are, and local drivers, just any driver sitting in that truck and separating themselves from their family and the world. Great thanks to them.
Couldn't be doing it without them. So 16 years, man. That's funny you say that. Yeah. A summer job turns into a lifeline of just pain and suffering. But I mean, dude, you've been booming these past couple of years, man. Like, I mean, when I met you at New Wave up there in Chicago, I mean, we were both in the trenches, and then it kind of goes from that to here in the lounge, and then boom, Chad's having a little baby boy, and damn it, son. Like, testament to, like, if you really want it, you can get it. And like the fact that you're doing it in the worst of markets, like we had Jeff on Wednesday, and he's like, even him being in before deregulation is like, this is like the longest drought that we've had in freight, So it's kudos to you, brother.
Absolutely. It's all about grinding. If failure is not an option, then it's not even in the forefront of your mind, or it's not even a fear at that point. You find ways to keep moving forward instead of looking back.
Just like Unknown New York 1-1.
That's right.
Just keep going. Keep on trucking, man. Keep on trucking. Oh shit.
That is absolutely right. I see a question here. Ethan
Yeah.
Goodwin.
Here, let me get that pulled up.
Yeah, there we go. Funny story for you. Ethan already knows the answer to this question. Why? Because Ethan is my branch manager in Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh,
But
yeah,
how is this going to help owner operators compared to the TMS options currently available? The versatility of it is going to be the big sell feature for independent owner operators. The assistant that comes along with it, the automation in terms of the not only invoicing compliance management, it's going to remind you to get something done, but and affordability is what we're really shooting for as well. Here is making it affordable for owner operators, single truck services to utilize this without breaking their bank.
You weren't supposed to say Ethan worked for you though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Marketing 101.
Well,
Alright.
I think transparency takes
You
me a
try,
lot
Ethan.
further.
Hey,
in
Ethan works for
marketing.
himself.
A for the effort, Ethan. A for the effort. We're
Absolutely,
going to
Ethan.
teach
Love you,
Chad,
buddy.
Ethan. We're going to teach Chad.
Hey,
Hunter's
Chad
going to
just
put him
holds
through
his
media
cards
training
close
at
to
the
his
end of
chest.
this.
Chad just holds his cards close to his chest, so even those that he works with, they don't have the full shebang. But
I will say though, they know enough right now. The whole team. There's only two of us that really know all of it, and that's me and Nick. Nick also works with me. He's in San Antonio, but he's also the tech mind behind this as well. So I'm the idea man and the salesman. I started the dispatch side. I'm a broker, so I have what's needed. He has how to build it, right? So but him and I have been keeping this very close in terms of the just all the little features until we start releasing this next week and building it out.
sounds like Ethan's about to lose his job, right?
Not at all. Not
I'm
at all.
kidding, dude.
He
Hot
is
shot
good
heroes,
people.
man. Absolutely.
He is good people.
Ethan, we just never mind. I'm not gonna say that because that's fucking.
Say it.
I mean, no, man, because it's kind of it would sound like I'm taking a dig at his program. And I don't want to say that shit at all. I was gonna talk about his yard, bro. I was talking about them yard lines. Do you remember when we had his yard? It's our background.
Dude, when I was making the video today, I'll try to get off track, but when I was making the video today, I wanted to find that picture, but that was
fuck, that shit was so
Are we
funny,
talking
bro.
about the lack of edging?
Yes, the lack of edging. Yes.
After the winter we had and all the shoveling I did in that driveway, you should really see the edges now.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
took it to heart, man.
Yeah, right. It's like, damn, Pedro.
Bringing up my edges.
Oh man, that shit. Man, we used to have some good. Well, we used to just, man. I know we are 100% getting off topic, but dude, I've forgot a lot about those. Like that little group of block of, I don't know, is it like four months or so? I mean, you weren't on the show that whole 4 months, but like that for like 4 months, man, we were thick as thieves, dude. Like talking every day, texting in the show, messing around, and like the shit that we used to say to each other, man.
I mean, dude, this used to be remember when this was my background?
Oh, yes, I do.
I was Dr. Dre.
Oh man, dude, that's so crazy. Oh, bro.
Oh, Andy's gone. Where's he? Got a step. That's the first time we've ever had a. Well, that's sometimes Chad for you, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, I remember when Chad, you call him a redneck, dude. That man's from Iowa. Remember, he's got all the Iowa backgrounds and stuff. But
the disrespect, the people we have had on this show, and he's the first guest. Like, bye. Just pause my interview. I know we're live. I'll be back. The audacity of this man.
Yeah, he's got some kids to take care of. But yeah, dude. Man, I kind of wish we would have gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole and pulled up some of the old days. We should do a well, I guess the lounge anniversary is coming up, but man, if we can find a way to get like all the old school moments wrapped into one, dude.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all there on YouTube. It's all there on YouTube.
If anybody out there has 1,000 hours to go through all kinds of videos and just find the best moments, let us know. Speaking of which, Chad, were you on the show when we had Dale Prax on and he was talking about bringing all the fraud fighters together?
No, but I think that's a wonderful idea.
Okay. Damn. It is a wonderful idea. It's happening. But yeah, anybody watching, if you go back on our shows, find the first time Dale Prax mentioned bringing together all these programs like Highway.
It was me. It was me that mentioned it. Dale was the one on the show.
Damn
It
it,
was me
give
that
Pedro the
mentioned it.
credit.
I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying it was me. I just don't.
No,
I mean,
that
I'm
sounds like a
saying,
good time though.
It was. I mean, we were sitting there talking about. I thought it was the first time Dale was on, but I really have a feeling it was like a freestyle show, bro. Because in my mind's eye, like there's multiple people on the screen during that conversation.
Well, there's
But
always multiple people on the screen.
But no, I mean, but we've had Dell as a get. I mean, you know what I mean? 100 more than 3, I should say.
I know. It's probably after, yeah, that. Well, because remember the first time we had him on, he still owned his brokerage.
Yes.
Second time we had him on, I do believe, is after he sold it, and then Freight Validate was coming out full force. Because he was because Dale was on his road to retirement, which that's the biggest joke of all time. That man went from retirement to 3 different jobs now.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it was because I don't know if it was him just as a guest. We used to do the Fraud Fighter Friday or whatever it was thing too. Remember, we had a ton of those shows, and that's what I think it was one of those Fraud Fighter shows. But dude, that was back when we were doing like 4-hour shows. I mean, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like just like
on the regular,
we're literally trying to find a needle in a haystack of needles. And to go back to what you and I were talking about last night when Hunter and I were trying to figure out, man, how many shows have we done? You know, without having to go literally count every single one on YouTube, bro. We're thinking we're somewhere we're upwards of 300 shows that we've done since the start of the lounge.
Yeah.
And back then we used to do 3 shows a week. I don't think we stopped that until
last year.
I know it wasn't no. I mean like us, the lounge. Remember we used to do like Monday or Tuesday, Thursday, Friday or something. Yeah,
we used to go live at 6:30 Central Time, or 7. Then we started at 7.
Yeah, and that's why Chad used to hang out with us because his kid.
It was pretty late. I had my desk in the corner of the bedroom there, and
yes,
yeah, I had to start really doing this, you know, getting up on my mic to make sure I wasn't yelling so I didn't wake my wife up and get in trouble. And yeah, that used to, but man, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was a blast, bro.
That doesn't make me feel any better. The fact that we started that late in the first show ever, I was 15 minutes late because I was taking a nap.
Yeah,
true dumpster fire days. But yeah, I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, dude, if someone would know, it'd be Ryan or Claudia.
Wow.
But I don't know. But damn, we're getting so off track.
I know we fucking are. This is
yeah. Sorry, Chad. Well,
sorry, Chad.
Welcome back to it, dude. Yeah, I'm not sorry, Chad. That is a sick hat, dude. No PMA.
Thank you. My we took we work our way the day after Christmas. Took my boys to Charleston, and my older boy Gabriel loves military history. And Charleston is the place for that, of course. So we started from mid 1700s and worked our way through Vietnam War there. But he really wanted a PMA like military. Oh, you can't see it because this camera thing don't work. But so we did a military olive green hat and threw the flag and PMA on there, and he wore it all weekend. And honestly, it's turned into one of my favorite hats now.
You got your truck wrapped with PMA too, didn't you?
What's that?
You got your truck wrapped with PMA too, didn't you?
Oh, I absolutely did. That thing is beautiful. I love it. I love it. It was. I want to use it in parades and whatnot, but also, you know, again, the message of PMA is probably the most important of all of this. Here is the positive mental attitude. So on the back of my tailgate, it says positive mental attitude, and I want to make sure that's always at the forefront of what we're doing here. How we make the money is kind of irrelevant. It's why we're doing it that's important, and that is the spreading my dad's legacy.
Well, I can imagine when you started that business, and like we were talking about earlier, you know, in one of the roughest freight markets that we've seen, you know, I can imagine positive mental attitude is a huge factor of that. So how was that, you know, starting up that business, taking it on, and, you know, really just navigating these waters, dude? Like, I mean,
it's terrifying. Yeah, terrifying. On the dispatch side, there's not really a brokerage that's been around for a long time. Being a carrier, that's been around for a long time. But developing a legitimate dispatch service, one that can be trusted, one that has structure, one that operates on integrity, there's no template for that. And so, um, it's been a lot of trial and error and learning. But at first it was terrifying. But I'll just say, a few good prayers to the good Lord and simply trusting Him with my life, and uh, more than all the work I put in and the work my people put in, the work the Lord puts in on our behalf and for us, through us. That's what's gotten us by. That's what's put us where we are today.
Amen to that, brother. You ain't got to be scared when you got the big man in the back pocket, dude, leading the way.
That's it. Can't lose that way.
And also, kudos to you for finding good workers these days. And Rob Carpenter, if you're watching, I still disagree with your theory. What is it, Pedro? The 1980 to 1990 theory. You need to bump that to 94.
It's the 1986 theory.
Chad, have you heard about the 1986 theory?
Nah, that was before I was born, my man.
Exactly. Exactly. The 1986 theory by Rob Carpenter is basically that, people born after 1986, just like I don't know, they just don't have the work ethic in the ground. And he says it's not a blanket theory, but it covers pretty much most of the people born after 1986. They just don't have the gall, the drive, the push through, the wherewithal. They're too sensitive and they give up too easy, and blah blah. So yeah, just that, just like a work ethic type thing. So,
Dad, when were you born?
91.
91? Dude, you're only 3
91.
years old. That's fucking insane,
damn
man.
children.
Yeah. See,
children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know about Rob's theory anymore. He said it's 70% of the people after
Yeah, I think that's
86,
right.
but and then he says the newest, the youngest generation they're better. So proving them wrong.
Yeah, because he said his thing is it so between like the people born after 86 to I can't remember what his new cutoff is like, they grew up at a time like, things really great. Economy was great a majority of the time. Even throughout the 2000s when we had war, like the economy still did fairly good, except for the recession we had for a while there, a short while there. And a lot of things just came to them. It was easier. Things at your fingertips, stuff was cheaper. Blah 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 blah. This generation that's growing up now, the younger ones, the teenagers and stuff, the preteens or whatever, so forth, so on, coming into young adults, I guess, they're seeing like what fucking kind of, man, things are hard, like things are expensive, but you really gotta go and hustle and do it and make your own way and push harder and have multiple jobs and work 14 hours a day, like, and it, so they're unfortunately their thing is out of necessity, where like my thing and like mine and Rob's generation, Rob's about the same age as I am, is like that's just how our parents were. Like, even though things were cheap and affordable, it was just, dude, you just work dusk till dawn, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it is. You have a good work ethic, your word is your bond, blah 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 blah. So yeah. It is pretty interesting. Rob has a lot of theories, so
I'm with the Grand New Yorker on this. All right, so 90s kids, we did inherit the world's problems. I mean, our generation
does he mean not 90s kids or 90s babies? Because I mean, if you're a 90s kid, then you're an 80s baby, for the most part. You know what I mean?
Whatever,
for the most
dude.
part.
We didn't start any of these problems. All right,
I didn't start them either, bro. I think we're inheriting everybody's problem. I blame Hunter. I feel that, Mr. Chiphead. I feel that.
This world has had problems for, I don't know, what, 2,000, little over 2,000 years now.
No, how long have humans
every
been on this
generation has
planet?
something.
How long have humans been on this planet? That's how long we've had problems.
You're right. We really started realizing about 2,000 years ago that we just can't fix the problems. Like we need that hope, because we'll never get it. We'll never get it right. But no, I think it really boils down to is, for me, it's how I was raised.
That is so fucked up.
That's really hard to
I'm
Uh,
sorry, Chad.
I can see. What was his name? The gentleman who had the 1986 theory, but
Oh,
Rob
Rob.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see his point, but the workforce
I
is
mean, dude,
changing. Yes,
you
but
can't
so is
really
the work
trust. You
scene.
can't really trust a guy with only 9.7 fingers. So no, I'm joking.
This would also come from a guy that says he should have been born in 1860.
60.
So,
That's true. That's awesome.
so yeah.
Oh man, that fucking guy is something else, dude.
He sounds familiar. I'm like, I was just in here trying to Google him and look on my Facebook. He sounds familiar.
He's he does what doesn't he fucking do, honestly, but he's his main thing is like safety and compliance. He's honestly kind of like the industry, I would say the industry expert on safety and compliance. Like this guy knows pretty much everything there is to know about truck safety and stuff. Great guy though. He's absolutely man. We call him the old man because he has his glass. He eats his dinner around 3:00. Has his glass of warm milk around 7:45, and he's in bed at 8:00. Man, so.
Oh, the life.
But
Sounds like a guy I need to connect with.
He did pass the Are You a True Friend test. Hunter passed the Are You a True Friend test too. That fucking text I sent you last night, bro. I sent that to Rob, and he didn't even blink. He told me exactly what he was doing. This motherfucker, that's my boy. Anyway, back to you, Chad.
Hi. I know what
I was going to talk about. We were talking about your PMA, dude. Hey, so let's I actually want to, since you're on here, and you're a dispatcher and you're an American, I mean, people, it's,
pretty
I know people don't
redneck,
believe
actually.
it. It's, hey, listen, he's real, right? He's real. This is not AI. This man is not AI. This is a real human being here. We know Chadley. So, all right, man. Hey, what, let's talk about that, dude. Why, how do you get around like a lot of those stigmas, man? With the dispatch and stuff, bro. Cause I'm pretty certain, and I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that a majority of your first interaction, with your prospecting, because I know you prospect just like anyone else to bring in new business, it's probably an online interaction, not a face-to-face, not a phone call thing. They haven't heard your voice. They don't know who you are, so, how do you get around those things and get in the door with these drivers and then continue to show them why your service is of value to them?
Yeah. That's something I can do. I can share that here. I try not to share too much, of course, because I don't want to give the other side a playbook. I don't want to give them my playbook. I don't want to show them how they can look legitimate. But I'll be honest with you guys. I've never reached out to someone and said, "Hey, that's right, Matt, buddy, appreciate you." Good friend of mine there. I've never actually reached out cold called for our dispatch clients. Our clients, when anyone who has started an authority, carrier business, they get hundreds of phone calls a week from people wanting to dispatch their trucks, and I'm not going to be a part of that. I'd be lucky if they didn't hang up on me right away. And so my marketing, it was slow up front because it was about laying a footprint that they can see, not that they can hear, and letting them reach out to us when that service was needed and they wanted a trusted American-based service. And to this day, that's how we still operate. We advertise all over, of course. I'm constantly posting on all social media platforms, but we don't cold call. There's too much of that already that they deal with, and so the unfortunate side of that is the vulnerability and the fear of a new authority usually leads them to someone they shouldn't be working with or they don't want to be working with, and so there's a lot of cleanup that comes with some of our clientele. And getting them on the right path, but unfortunately, correcting a lot of lies. The dispatch services that make those phone calls initially with less integrity will promise the world to people when they start their authority, and it builds this expectation, and it doesn't give reality. And so breaking down the unrealistic expectation and understanding of this business is the hardest part that we deal with with our clientele, because we don't call first. But I never called. Unknown New York 11 says, "What's your percentage?" It's interesting. I like this. I get this question a lot, and I'm just going to be frank. I've never been told I had the best approach to this question, but those who asked me the very first question being, "What's your percentage? What's your fees?" Those are the ones we typically don't end up working with. We're in line. Actually, we're in a lot of cases we're cheaper than the people overseas calling you. I quite often get how do you do this, but we figured it out. The questions I want to see you asking first is, what can you do for us? How can we scale together? How can we succeed together? When you start asking those questions, we'll work together.
That was pretty damn rude, Chad. I think we should. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I was never accused.
I think you were
having the
just
best
trying to. I think you were just trying to help you promote your stuff. That's
No, I
Damn,
appreciate that for
Chad.
sure, but
damn, Chad. I'd have hung up on your ass. I'm like, fucking click. I'm joking. I'm messing with Chad.
It's happened a time or two. But
I bet it is. I bet it is. You're rude, man.
We don't call ourselves a dispatcher. We call ourselves a dispatch partner, and the partner is kind of the key word here. Is through the good times and bad, we're here with you. We're walking through it with you. God, a dispatcher. If they're not making that truck's money, we ain't making money.
Let's lean into this thing, man. You know, because and I don't. We don't have a whole master class here. That's not what I'm trying to give everyone here. But dispatchers catch a lot of shit. And like I said, I did it as a side hustle for a little bit. I don't think it was too hard, but I knew what I was doing because I had ran operations before dealing with 50 fucking trucks. So it wasn't a big thing. But I think that there's a misconception on what dispatching really is. Most things like, oh, well, they just find loads for me. So what do you feel a dispatcher should be doing for their customer, to drive value? What are those things that you feel that you should be bringing to the table to you? Because like, to be honest, to me, you have to make me want to work with you. So what are you going to give me, Chad? What do you think dispatch should be giving me as a carrier?
Absolutely. Now that's a good question. That is a damn good question there, Pedro. First and foremost, transparency and integrity. Communication is absolutely key for your dispatch partner. Not just communication to you as the carrier, but the folks you're working with. Failing to communicate with those individuals can lead you in a very bad place. Being able to see problems ahead and as they come, have the experience and knowledge, understanding how to solve those problems and how to push through what you're going through. This is transportation, so as much I like to say, most days are perfect, some days are not. Most days are ugly in this business. There's something that's ugly: traffic delays, weather delays, high fuel prices, fuel cards being shut off. I mean, the list is endless. But having someone who can help you navigate those and communicate with the partners you're working with, I think that's key. But efficiency in load procurement is also key, and then that's what we've worked towards dialing in on. Is today your average load is posted for about 70 seconds before it's booked, and so being able to get to that load first and quick with the answers they look for in hand and that's important. And so that's what we're dialing in on. We've done well thus far, but unfortunately, it's impossible to really get it dialed into a pinpoint without proper resources in place. And for dispatchers, there is no resources because this is a new space. And so, and that's what Momentum is here to. What our hope is for Momentum is to help dial in on those the speedy dials and by eliminating the rest of the tasks
So,
that kind of distract you from getting that freight first.
cool, man. I love it. All right, bro. I'm gonna hit you some hard questions because I love
Yeah.
dispatching shit, and I know you're good at it. And I only have two other people that I respect in dispatching, and that's John Cantera when he did it, and my boy. Well, I say two. There's maybe a few, but and my boy Sam May. Like he was a fucking beast of that shit. Made well into $100,000 a year dispatching. What do you? I think I already know the answer to this, but when these carriers are coming to you, man, what is their primary concern? Is it I need like more money overall, better rate per mile? I just need someone that listens to me, like what are the number one concerns you're seeing and hearing from carriers that are driving them to say, man, like I need this guy's service, can you help me?
Yes to all of it. Being funny for a second, honestly, a lot of the people when they call me, they start laughing and they're grateful that I'm a little bit redneck. Honestly, that's probably that's always the most memorable reaction I get is that we're truly American based. But yeah, obviously, highest rate per mile. What they oftentimes what they don't realize is they're asking questions without knowing what the answer they're looking for. They'll ask me how much gross can I make, and so I'll answer that question, but then we're going to break that question down a little bit because if I get you a load paying $2,000 going 2,000 miles instead of a load going 500 miles paying $1,000, which one's really more advantageous? And so we kind of get rid of this high gross thought process and start thinking of how to calculate profitability. But yeah, obviously more money, better home time. These what every driver wants is the main concerns. And the difference with PMA is we overpromise. We don't promise unrealistic expectations here. To make money, you got to be out there. You can't. Your truck doesn't make money sitting at home.
I feel the only way that drivers carriers, owner operators, whatever you want to fucking call themselves, can set any expectation is until they know what their profitability is. I just put something in the chat there, and I'll just drop it in. I'll just kind of drop it, but I love the thing you said, dude, because right there at the end about getting away from this big number thing. Man, I think that's the dumbest fucking thing that you can do if you're a carrier. Oh, it pays $10,000. Okay, ding ding. What does it pay per mile? What does it cost to run your truck per mile? All right, well, you're losing money. Quit being transactional. I think that is probably the biggest, and brokers are guilty of this crap too, shippers as well. This whole industry is transactional. Everyone just sees the here, the now, what can I get now, how much money can I make now, and half the time you ain't got no idea whether it really meets your profitability level. So applause to you, Chad, for seeing that, because it is a major problem. Who gives a crap if you make $20,000 to your truck a week if you spent $21,000 to get the $20,000? I mean, this is just the math don't math, people. So, but anyway, my thing is we need to hook you up with our boy Jimmy, man, with AccuBid Pro, because that's a big thing.
I've been looking at AccuBid Pro, and that's kind of a plugin I'd love to have. Honestly, he already has it, so it would make development easier on us. But he's got a solid product there. I'd love to be able to have some way to plug in his product with our TMS and kind of get both to all of our clients, both of them.
Yeah, no, I mean it would, because I mean it'd be perfect, and I mean no business can make money until it knows how much it costs to run the business. You know, like that. That's the. I don't
Absolutely.
know why. I mean, and I'm not downing anything about drivers at all, and I'm carriers. It's not. It's just unfortunately, it's just a lack of the understanding. A lot of people don't teach them these things, and I think that's important. And I feel a lot of dispatchers don't understand that. And I felt that's what I was good at. I understood that, man. When I worked with my friends, I was like, okay, because I kind of helped did their books in a sense, man. And what I mean by that is I did their P&L per load. And to do that, I needed to know what is your truck insurance payment? So that way I can take that,
Correct.
divide it by 30, and we can add it to every single load. You know what I mean? So that way we know
Correct.
what our
Yes.
profitability level is. Because it doesn't matter how much money I'm making you if that money doesn't cover what it costs to make said money. So and I think Phil, that's
Absolutely, and we'll dive in a little deeper. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the sole income of the house, okay. So, what are your house bills as well? And we're going to throw our groceries in there, and we really want to ensure success for our clients. Why? Because if not, 2 weeks from now, I'm going to have to find a new client. And just speaking in terms of business, that high turnover does nothing for any of us. But we do want to build long-term partnerships here. We want to help people build their success, their dream, their vision. We want to hear it. We want to lay it out, and we want to help them make it happen.
Okay, so we'll touch on this and we'll kind of trail off and talk about some more things with you, man. So, when you were so rude to our friend there,
Actually, I've been wanting to reach back out to
I'm
him,
just gonna
dude.
keep busting your. I'm just joking, dude. And listen,
Partner with
that is a
PMA.
grown man.
Go on there, submit just a general inquiry on Partner with PMA unknown NY11. Again, partnerwithpma.com. General inquiry. I'd love to talk to you. There's some things I don't put out on the web because, again, I don't want to give scammers a playbook to follow.
Yeah, and when you do unknown, you make sure you put in there. I heard about this on the Logistics Lounge, so we can invoice Chad for our referral fee.
Yeah, you can.
Man, I was gonna say, hey,
you can-
dog, trust me, you did not phase that guy. Hunter and I know who that
You can
is.
send that
boy
to
got
loads
some
at
thick-ass skin.
tql.com.
Oh man, he said 10-4, Chad 10-4. He's a damn good dude, man. That guy right there is a hustling son of a bitch, man.
Love it. Love to
all
talk
right.
to him.
I know I was gonna say, okay. When he had asked you that question about the rates and stuff, and you had you gave your reply. Within your reply, you had said, we like people that, things they ask, or, how can you help me grow? And you mentioned several times that's a key instrument within your plan, or within your company that you use, right? With these carriers is, we're trying to help you grow because we want to grow. So, without giving away too much of your secret sauce there, Heinz 57, what? I only talk to Chad like this because he's our boy,
I'm an
bro.
A1 guy.
I would
so
never.
I feel like you
I would
insulted me
never
there. I'm
talk
an
to
A1 guy.
talk to another guest like this without giving away too much of your secret sauce, bro. What are some of the, and because let me stop. I know you want to protect stuff, but also we want to give some information, what we can, to folks
Absolutely.
out there. Times are hard, so anything that we could share that may be able to help them, we would love to try to do that. So, what are some of those things, Chad, that you talk to these carriers about? Help them implement, to help them themselves grow.
Give me a sec to think about that, so I can protect. But I do want to. I love the idea of helping, of course.
Cue Jeopardy music. We need to get that. Oh, Hunter,
It
I'm
wouldn't
going
work
to
on my
download that
computer
tonight and put
anyway
it on my
for some
soundboard.
reason.
So put it on my soundboard. Wait a minute. I know
Ask your question one more time for me.
All right. So, all right.
A little softer if you could, though. Like, just soften it up for me.
Okay. Okay, big boy. How's this?
There
Do
we
you like
go.
it?
I'm
Nice.
listening.
I'm out.
No, it's not. Hold on. Oh shit! Hold on. Oh man, I missed this, man. we're something else, guys. All right. What are some of the things that you, Chad, and your other employees there at PMA? I guess just PMA is a company, right? What are some of the things that you do with your customers, the carriers that you work with, to help them grow, man? You know, whether it be one grow into a bigger fleet, growing the money
Yeah.
that hits their bank account. You know, because you said that's a large part of what you want, of the type of people you want to deal with, is folks that want to grow. So how are some ways that you help them do that?
Yeah. So from the very first conversation, the conversation I want to have is your vision for your business. Um, I want to iterate. PMA owns no authority. We do not have a MC authority. The lease programs we advertise are not ours. And this is because of a few reasons, but one, I want to remain carrier and owner operator centric. Having my own authority means I now have to prioritize my own equipment, my own profitability in that aspect. The business of PMA is your business. So I want to know your vision, your plans, your hopes, your dreams for your business. Where you've struggled, what's kind of slowing you down, or I want to know all those ins and outs, and then we're going to put together a plan on how to get there, and there's going to be some ugly conversation, because this is a hard business, like, especially when you are just getting started and you haven't learned how to develop direct contacts yourself yet. That means you're working off the boards essentially until you start building a relationship. And so I think the most helpful thing, and it seems ridiculous, but just simply being there through those hard times and the good times. I think that's the biggest thing we can do is be there for each other, help advise, and get each other through it, get our partners through it. We do offer some, and by offer, it's not a class or anything, and we just, through action, we coach. So sorry, I gotta get rid of this chat thing here, because I can't help it.
Sorry.
Through action, we coach. So our goal is actually not to have a client longer than 18 months. By the time they hit 18 months, we want them to know how to do that job themselves, self-dispatch, have a wife or a husband or someone to dispatch them that they're not paying a relative percentage to. So through the startup and in the first year, we're coaching through action here. We're not just doing it. We're telling them what we're doing, how we're doing it. There are some cases we let them do it, and I sat on the phone on mute while some of my clients called on loads themselves, and so we're coaching. We're here to teach. We're here to help, and I think that's the most important thing, that we can help help. Most of our clients come in at day one of their authority. So my answer is a little biased towards new authorities rather than well established.
Typical predatory dispatcher. I'm just messing with you, Chad.
I've heard that before.
I know you are, but
I was
you're
trying
not
to think
joking.
of a smart ass answer to give you, but I couldn't find one.
It's
but no, we
that's
just
that's
no
actually
one wants
good,
to
dude.
give these guys
Those
a
people,
chance, and we want to.
they do that. I was about to say that. No one wants to give him a chance, man. That is like the hardest thing. I literally just ran a load with a guy, and he has his own MC, but I booked a load with him. He's leasing under another company right now. Has his own truck and everything, doing his own thing. And he was like, man, he said, I have my own MC. He's like, I tried it for a month, and he said, I set for 20 days. Because no one would do any business with me. So he's like, I couldn't afford it. And he leased on these people. And so he's like, I'm trying to let my MC age. And he's like, it's hard because I'm paying insurance on an MC I'm not even using. He's like, and I'm paying my insurance fee for this company that I'm with here. But, like, he's like, I know this is what I have to do to get myself out there to make more money in the long run. So it's a struggle, man, for those new MCs. And it sucks because it wasn't that way until COVID, till all this fraud and all, and yes. I hate to, and not to loop you into it, but a big part of that was these fucking foreign dispatchers, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
They
Tell
were a
Steve Best that too.
huge part of what drove people away from using fresh MCs. Because honestly, man, like I feel that there is almost two perfect carriers to deal with in this industry. That is new carriers, and that's ones that are about 2 years into it. Why? Because the new ones, man, they're in grind mode. They're in hustle. They're going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. They're going to go above and beyond because they're trying to make a name and they're trying to, get a foothold in the business. And then those ones after 2 years, because man, they've been in it long enough. They know the grind. They know what's going on. They know the fucking games brokers play with their rate stuff. They know the games dispatchers play, the game shippers play. Like they understand the game at a different level now, and they can be a little harder to deal with, but also easier because they know what they want. They're not going to take anything less, and they're straight to the point. There's no BS with them. What you see is what you get, and what they say they're going to do, they're going to do. So I just say that. Man, it sucks because I like dealing with new carriers, man, because they're hustlers, bro. They really are.
They are, and as a broker myself, I love working with new carriers. They're the most attentive. They check every box on a bill of lading, check every strap, check every bolt and nick and cranny on a load. I love working with them, and that's why we do with PMA. Ethan, if he's still on here, it's still not easy. He's going to tell you. I'll ask him, Ethan, can you just throw a comment out there? How many phone calls did you make today for your new authorities? And that's a value for our newer authorities, or really anyone that we bring is it takes a lot of time to find that freight for a newer authority. And that's what my team's out there doing. You don't see most of it as the carrier. I hope you don't. That means you're worrying about being safe out there on the road. But my dispatchers make numerous hundreds even calls a day for one load.
Yeah, I remember how that was, bro. Some of the guys I dealt with, dude, they were newer authorities, man. So I remember that even in COVID, man, it was easy, and then it started getting harder and harder and harder to deal with people, man. So I remember that struggle. It was a pain in the ass, dude. It really was, So, and yeah, applause to you. I could just keep saying, kudos to you, applause to you, Chad. I know you do things a good way, and you do not treat people the way that dispatching services are known to treat folks. You don't allow your team to do it, and I love the fact that you're staying true, keeping things here in America, giving American people jobs and helping fellow Americans as well. So, that's
absolutely, that's
a major thing, and especially in the, kind of in the atmosphere we're in now, right? A big part of our industry, not racking on people. Ain't nothing wrong with someone coming over here wanting a better dream, and doing things better, but those who do it wrongly and have created fucking problems for all of us, why we all have to do the stupid crap we do and deal with things. Well, I have to use 5 systems to make sure that, John Jackson is actually is John Jackson, and it's not freaking Ashbar Wingawong from fucking Serbia. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. So, I'm glad you're sitting here trying to do things a little different, man, and stuff, and keep the things alive. Let's see what Ethan said. 30 is a good average calls a day for a sub 90-day authority. Oh, hold on. Damn it. Shut up. I know. Comment so damn much. Can be way more. Some days it's 90 to 100, maybe even more. See, unknown. I just reduced my coverage area and work with the same people. Yeah, boom. Yeah, man, a lot of people are doing that, and honestly, this is what I used to preach to the folks when I used to work with is, in addition to being not a transactional carrier, what I mean is chasing the biggest number that pops up on the load board when you pull it up is, and this, I want to stall down and say, this is how mega carriers became mega carriers. And this is why mega carriers have multiple terminals. This is all about to make sense for you folks that they're like, man, why do you have 50 of these across the fucking country? You need to find yourself an area, a triangle, a square, whatever it is. and you need to make the first part of it your home base. And it can go anywhere. Your triangle can go to the northwest and go to the northeast. Can stay within your state, whatever it is. But what you do is you have to build yourself a triangle or a square, something that takes you from home and comes all the way back to home. It is a set of lanes that pay the rate per mile that you need to make, and that you know all the freight that runs that lane, you know all the things that you become a master at that thing. And that's how you make your money, because you're not out there chasing stuff. $5,000 to Colorado, and then you sit in Colorado and you make $2,000, which is $1.20 a mile coming out because you were dumb. Unknown, that's a great thing, man. Shrinking your area. There's nothing wrong with, you could still be OTR and only do a 600, 700 mile radius. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things out there that a lot of misconceptions and things that I think carriers don't understand. And my point to why mega carriers have that is exactly what I said, because they know where the profitable lanes are. So they base home bases there. And that's why when they hire people, they'll say must live within 50 miles of this fucking terminal, because they've already mapped out their triangle, their square, all that stuff in that area where they can run you, their driver, out of there and bring you back and know that truck's going to make money, and they can have you back for the home time that they promise you in their little recruiting ad. So, bam. See, man, damn, Hunter, there's my college degree paying off, bro. Woo, sniff doggy. Oh, man, Hunter and I talk all the time, man. We spend all this money on college degrees for logistics, and we never use it. But either way,
I guess we could write a history book on what we learned.
I know, that's fucking right, dude. Oh, that's right. You know what a really interesting thing was? Criminal justice. A lot of people don't know. I almost became a cop. Just put that in your fucking mind for a minute.
You look like a damn cop with your high and tight haircut.
Think about how scary the world would be with me as a law enforcement officer. That was a whole lot of talk of shit.
Adam, start taking notes.
I know, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Start taking notes. Out of JFK. That's a good little hustle right there, dude. I used to, when I used to be a transportation manager in DFW, man, in a huge, I would say probably, I don't know, 50%, about 50% of our freight was nothing but things coming out of the airport, man. Like we were a 24/7 operation, would literally have a guy sitting waiting at a fucking air terminal to pick up a box this big. You know what I mean? That someone flew across the country, flew across the globe. It's crazy, dude. That's good stuff.
Yeah, Unknown. I really want to talk to this guy because not only, of course, has he asked about the dispatch side, but the brokerage side. We import a lot of freight through JFK, our clients do, and so that's I don't know why, but it typically happens on a Friday night. JFK is a pain in the ass to get out of, and those always hit on Friday nights. When I'm ready to not work, I get stuck working till 10, 11 o'clock waiting for that truck to get out of there. But no, send me an email, please, because I move weekly freight out of JFK through a few avenues. So.
That first load, Unknown, you charge him $300 over the rate. You sell that to Hunter now, okay?
There's a good chance he'll get that in detention alone.
Yeah.
Fucking JFK.
Oh man, that's funny shit. I've never picked up from JFK. I picked up from a lot of airports and delivered to a lot of airports, but never JFK. DFW is the most pain in the ass one I've ever dealt with, to be honest with you. That fucking thing is so massive, bro. God, jeez. He knows every terminal, every building, and he said he even knows the janitors, bro. Depends on the airline, ORD and shit. I don't know. Well, I'm just saying out of pure size, bro. Like DFW,
they are as well.
It's huge. I've never.
What sucks is we allowed like WFS, World Flight Services, and these other AFS handling agents come in and they consolidate, which is great. Obviously, it helps with the airline rates, but holy crap, they're just terrible. They are terrible. And that slows the process down, the loading process. And I swear I can have a truck check in tonight and get a whole different list of requirements than that same truck checking in tomorrow night. Yeah, see, WF, they really are awful. But I deal with them weekly, so hopefully none of them are watching.
Just might be.
We just time marked this so we can cut a short and send it to their director of operations. See what this guy was saying about you, man? What, on that note, why don't you just go ahead and give me and 100 all your business? There you go. Whatever his rate is, we'll knock $5 off of it. Sad thing is they do that shit too for $5. You know what I mean? Really, $5?
What's nuts is like, as
making
dispatchers, we see
$5.25?
it every day.
And that
I can't
budget.
tell you how many times my dispatchers will be on the line booking a load, and they'll get put on hold, come back, and this guy actually just offered to take it for $50 less. Like, the undercut in this business is real. It's every day.
It is. I see it too, even as a broker, man. Like, and my team doesn't push it, but like, I mean, you know, I have a team of people that take calls here. So like, I may have one load, but I'll have 10 people taking a call on that load, all sending messages about what's going on, and everyone sees it. So like in my team, my bookers get paid a commission off of what they book for me. So they have fucking extreme incentive to make sure they book the load. You know what I mean? Now they know me. I'm a margin guy. Like, I don't want cheap fucking stuff. Like, get me, you know, get us what we can get. But I've even seen it myself, man. And I will say this is a broker. I will say this is a broker. If you were a carrier and you call on a load that's posted at $2,000 and you take it for $1,999.99, you're a fucking moron. I'll just say that right now. Don't ever, ever, ever. I will hang up on you. If I was a carrier and I call a load and you told me 2,000 and I said the load was for 2,000, you told me 19, I'll hang the phone up on you. Like, I know you're going to get it booked. Doesn't matter. Even I'll click. Not another word out of my mouth would there be. Dial tone is what you would get. I mean, you know, I say it, but I mean, it's just the realness of the world, bro. It's all about getting that highest stuff, man. So I'm telling you a reason why that probably happens, man, because you got to think, who is it that just did the whole AI stuff with the whole AI fucking, not Landstall, Robinson, C.H. Robinson. You got to think, dude, you're calling that load. There's 500 more other AI bots taking calls on that same exact load, sharing information about how low they can get it. That's what it does, dude. You know, I mean, that's what it does. So, you know, my advice to you guys, you know, and be mad at me as you want other brokers, but I think good brokers would agree with this. If I, as a broker, post a load at that rate, don't let me talk you lower than that, because obviously that's what I'm willing to give it to you for. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to talk shit, but how dumb are you to give me more money and then complain that you gave me more money? I mean, just think about the logic behind that.
Ship it SGL asked if that sometimes Chad is a TSA broker. I rarely broker freight going to an airline, so you this TSA certification unless you're delivering to an airline. Anyone tells you that obviously hasn't passed their test yet, but they're only concerned. The Department of Homeland Security is only concerned about freight going on an airplane, not coming off. But yes, I am TSA certified. Now, well, I was. I still have the card, but I'm sure there's been a revision or two since the last time I passed my security threat assessment test. I'm sure there's been a few revisions since, so I need to get that updated. But I don't own a fleet anymore that picks up the airports. I was an IAC, so at that point I had to pass the test. But as a pure broker, I rarely deliver freight to the airport. And as long as I get a driver who does have their security threat assessment certification updated, then I don't personally need it. So it's been a couple years since I've done that, but I had it for like 8 years.
I don't know. I'm with Chad. I mean, I pick up a handful of loads a year from airlines, and we don't what bother us. I know the only thing that matters is the carrier who picks that shit up. Do they have that certification, and can they present it? You know what I mean? Like, that's, yeah. So I mean, that's really the only thing. I mean, you know, because to me, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, y'all correct me if I'm wrong here, because as far as I'm concerned, that isn't really a placement of further liability on them because I don't have that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like if some shit goes like I don't even know what would go wrong that would put more liability. I don't know, but yeah. So I'm a Chad. I
No,
just
it's
make
not
sure
for
they have
coordination.
it.
It's for those who's actually touching the cargo. So the
Yeah,
driver
yeah.
themselves who's touching the cargo, delivering the freight, they are the ones who need to be aware of it. And so it's not really applicable unless I
So
own a fleet
hey, I want
picking
to
up and
stop there.
delivering
Hey,
cartage at the
unknown,
airports.
that may be true for you, but my customer does, and their customer does. Before I send you in there, so I have a nutrition customer, and they fly a certain mixture from Amsterdam, I think it is, Austria. They fly a certain mixture in for one of their products from Austria, and we have to pick it up a handful of times a year. And I don't know if they ask them at the airport, but my customer, they're the person they buy it from overseas, and the receiver or the customer that's getting it here that mixes it up before we give it, they all ask for that carrier's TSA and their TWIC. Every one of them wants to know, is this carrier certified to pick up my product? Yeah, so they may not, but my customers do, and I bet you majority of the other, customers, shippers, whatever you want to say, they do as well.
And so this is, and I hate, as much as I hate promoting World Flight Services and any other AFC out there, this is where they have become helpful. Because the owner operators pulling export freight off the board, they're no longer having to have a TSA certification because we're not tendering it to the airline directly. Typically, you're taking it to the handling agent, and that's who you're tendering the freight to. Now, the handling agent will take it to the airplane, and they are the ones who need the TSA certifications now. So that's been extremely helpful in our positions as brokers. And why I haven't needed it, and
Well, good.
I
You're
quit
saving
paying
me a
for it. I
step
had to pay for the sponsorship to get it.
because I'm
So.
telling you, they ask me for it every single time. I don't ship airline stuff, so when they ask me for it, I'm like, okay, cool, you need to know. So, good. You're going to save me a fucking headache because I have to find a carrier every time that has this that has their certification for it and get on there. So the TWIC is easy, but find the TSA is not always the easiest thing.
Ship at SGL again. Yes, you are right. Anyone who touches that freight must be TSA certified. Is that in the newer revisions? Because it wasn't like that when I exported. I moved freight to my warehouse on trucks not TSA certified before my TSA certified driver delivered that to the airport just fine.
I'm just about to send him a damn link. Jesus Christ, Adam. So it's a
Noggle. Thrust export document you push through. Ah. Right at which point does the screening take place? Because here in North Carolina, at the 4 airports I service, it was at the point of tender on the airport.
Dead air. Okay.
They're talking. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting on. I'm waiting on them to finish conversating here.
I think that's the longest moment of silence we've had on this show.
That was. Oh,
I was really just testing it out. I was waiting for Pedro to break over there. I've never picked up from any airport.
And no, that's how I've always seen it done. So when I would deliver it to, now here we don't have a whole lot of handling agents. Here you deliver to UPS, FedEx, DHL, or Delta Cargo airline cargo, or American Airlines cargo. And when you pull up to the airport, take it out of you're just off the tarmac on the other side of their building at the dock. You back up, they take it off, they run their little swab thing over all of the seals on the packaging, and they rub it on your fingertips, and they put it through their little machine, and that's the screening. And after that point, yes, it has everyone who touches it has to be certified. But the screening doesn't take place until you get to the airport or WFS or the air handling agent.
All right, learn something new every day on Logistics Lounge. Sometimes it's useful information, like today.
Sometimes you learn something. Sometimes you have Chad.
We need to bring
Sometimes
Chad on
Chad.
more. Chad knows a lot.
No, my wife would differ. She'd tell you the complete opposite.
Everyone's wife, dude. Fucking Albert Einstein's wife differed. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That guy didn't know shit.
I'd love to hear about that.
He does crazy
really would.
stuff. He does. Adam does nutty things.
I can say I've never exported something that goes on a flatbed in a bigger project sense. It's always been pallets here and there, or maybe a few crates, but never something exporting, never something big enough to even close
Adam
to
moves
charter.
stuff.
So,
Adam moves stuff in and out of area 51 and area 69.
oh shoot, I love to hear those stories then, for sure.
Caught that, Pedro.
All right. Fuck, stop, bro. It was good till you started laughing. Shit, man. All right. Chad. Oh, God. You ready to start? Maybe start fucking laughing all over again, man. Oh, I love you, Mr. Shiphead.
Oh.
Chad, I'm out to, I mean, I say I'm out of questions, bro. I have a lot of, I won't say questions. We could go back and forth on a lot of things, you and Hunter, but I need to go to the hardware store, and then I need to take my smoking wife to dinner before she abuses me more. I try to make it clear to people that, never mind, I'm not going to do that live on the air. Folks will fucking take that shit seriously, and I'll have the popo show up at my house. I am going to get this shirt that says my wife beats me, though. And on the back, it's going to say seriously. Anyway, man, Chad, dude, we appreciate you hanging out with us, bro. What
It's been a blast.
what you got? What else you got for us, man? You got anything else you wanna put out there you don't feel that we talked about, or yeah, just anything else you want to put out there? Give yourself some plugs. You know,
I'll just throw it out there. I feel it's always important to say it. Guys, dispatchers, even though there's very little regulation for them, there is some out there. And even though they may not follow the guidelines in place for dispatchers, it's important for you to ask the questions. That way you can tell who's serious about it and who's not. So go to the Federal Registry. You'll find the 9 guidelines for a dispatch service, which they don't call us dispatch services. They call us bona fide agents. That's how they classified us as a bona fide agent. But they'll go there, do your research. And if you are looking for a dispatch partner, make sure you are asking questions in line with those guidelines. If they don't care about maintaining compliance, even in the littlest form for themselves, they're not going to care about your compliance or your business in itself. So there are resources out there. It's not publicized, which is sad as hell, but there are resources out there. Heavily vet. Do not just give your information to anyone who's making a phone call and who offers you the best rate. Take it serious. It's a serious partnership. It's a partnership that could either make or break you, realistically. So, take it serious. Do your research and ask the right questions, and don't settle.
And where can they find you out there, Chadwick?
Say that again.
I'll put it in my sexy voice.
There we go. Now I'm listening. I can hear that clearly.
Where can they find? I can't fucking do it. Where can they find you, Chad? Give us an email or a website, for God's sakes.
Yeah, partner with PMA.com, guys. It's very simple. Partner with PMA.com spelled out. There's all the information on there that we'll give you online. The rest you'll have to find out through conversation. But if you just submit a general inquiry on there, we have general inquiry for those looking for dispatch. We have a lease application for those who's looking for a lease program to join. If you are a shipper, and I'm going to feel bad about I don't want to take from anyone else here, but if you're a shipper, there's a 3PL form. That's how you get an account with my brokerage. And if you're looking for factoring services, there's an application on there for that as well. So partner with PMA is the best way to get a hold of us.
Fantastic. Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
What
And come April 2nd, be watching Momentum CMS. 35 dispatches is what we're looking for. And next week, we're going to start building that list of those who want to use the service. So if you want to, there's a general inquiry on there as well if you want to get on that list early.
Boom, boom.
love it, broski. Appreciate that, Chad. That's what's up, dude. It was
Absolutely.
nice to
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, bro, it's good to get you on here. I mean, we all fucking text and stuff all the time and things, but it's good to like get you back on here, dude, and just have us three and shoot the shit and kind of catch up and let everyone else catch up. I mean, Hunter and I do sporadically talk about how the lounge was a trio for a while, and people just they're like, no, I can't see that, can't fathom it. So it's kind of good to
the real ones know.
The real ones know. That's right, bro. That's right. So it's good to get you on, Mr. Hound. What you got for us, man?
Well, Chad, like I was saying beforehand, dude, it's crazy the journey, like meeting you, and then getting on the lounge, and then dude, here you are today. So keep on trucking, dude. I'm here for it. I love to see the homies just absolutely blow up, especially like in times like these, like we've been talking about. But yeah, dude, don't be sometimes Chad. We'll have to come up with a new name for you, like occasionally Chad.
Quarterly Chad.
Freestyle Chad.
I'm so used to sometimes Chad. It has that ring now that just
you're running with it, dude. Well, as long as sometimes
it does, bro.
2 years,
because it fits in perfectly because it's that's like the name you give your side piece, and Chad's kind of like our side piece. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes Chad.
Hey, I'll take it. All right, I'll take it.
What it is, bro.
I'm honored to be your side piece, Pedro.
Our side piece. Man.
Well, I would say you're an honorary lounge lizard, but you've been with us since the get, man, and yeah, dude, just love it, every single bit of it, dude. And looking forward to this momentum thing. Like that's major. So
absolutely. It's a little terrifying, but I had a really cool saying, that like a quote I was gonna say right there, and I lost it. So I'll save it for later.
That's Pedro's job. He's the only one that can lose his train of thought. All right. So
hey, you still got like 5 minutes to remember it. So what we'll do is we'll do some sponsor breaks, and then we'll talk about what we got coming up next week and give Chad time to remember his thought. Mr. Chad here talked about a couple of times our wonderful friends over at Shoreline Capital. You got to hear it from a customer themselves on how awesome doing business with Shoreline Capital.
Do this. Point down.
With Shoreline Capital, you don't just get their 50 years experience in finance and banking. You get freedom. Shoreline lets you choose the invoices you factor, so you're in control of your cash flow. Get advances up to 97% of the invoice for immediate expenses, and no early termination fees, so you can move on whenever the time is right. Being a business owner is about freedom, and Shoreline Capital understands access to your revenue when and how you need it is a vital part of that. Start your path to more control over your money with ShorelineCapital.com or call them at 801-605-8822. Make sure you use code SURETHING365 to get your first invoice up to $2,000 for free.
And when you need to get yourself somewhere to get safely parked, 1 truck, 2 truck, 50 trucks, maybe you need a place to put your chassis, your containers, right? You got to give our friends over at Freight Ninja a call.
With sites coast to coast and close to the things you need, like repair facilities, food, fuel, and even shippers and receivers. Freight Ninja isn't just truck parking done differently, it's truck parking done the right way. View all our locations and find out more about us online at freightninja.com or call day or night at 844-303-1505. Make sure you use code Lounge Ninja to get special pricing.
And next week we've got kind of another OG coming on as far as a guest. Our good friend. Oh my God, our good friend Nizreen Masri coming on the show.
Oh.
Nizreen, dude. I know. I just looked it up. I was like, man, dude, that's what's up. Nizreen is in the household goods industry. She started out at the bottom and worked her way up to the top. What's that whole rap song? I can't remember what it is.
Right from the bottom, now we're
here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So she currently owns Movers Dispatch Board, which is the only load board in the moving or in the household goods industry. So amazing things. Going to have her come on the show, find out how she's been doing, how the business has been growing, how the industry is doing. Get some perspective from her side of things. And then next Friday, Freestyle Friday, baby. The one and only. Oh, wait, no, I lie. Oh, dude.
Two Friday the 13th
Yes.
in a row.
Yes, dude. And we have 2 Freestyle Fridays in a row because.
Next one's not till November.
Huh?
The next one's not till November,
yeah.
But this is the first time I've ever witnessed two Friday the 13th.
That's
in
crazy.
A row.
Back to back. That's nuts. So we're going to have a blast here. But, Chad, do you remember what you want to say?
No, when I say it was terrifying, but we're gonna keep pushing forward and doing good. The quote was, to move forward, one must acknowledge fear, but not let it dictate decisions, as it is both a potential motivator and a major inhibitor. So I'll leave everyone with that. Stay positive. If you're afraid, it means you're on the right track. You just got to keep pushing forward.
And an acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real.
There we go.
Or appearing as reality. Yeah, it's
I think that's good stuff to end it on. Hey, we appreciate everyone chilling with us on this wonderful Friday. I hope you all have a great weekend. If it's beautiful where you're at, because the weather's getting warmer, as Hunter says, Hunter, what's the saying?
Chunk them deuces.
No, go touch some damn grass.
Go. That's my Friday quote, dude.
That's
my
my
Friday quote. Did you just flick me off? All right.
No, I didn't flick. Yeah, I did. No.
Mr. Hound rolled that beautiful bean footage.
The views and opinions expressed on this show by its guests are not necessarily those of Lounge Media Group or the show host. So if you sue someone, make sure it's the party responsible for hurting your feelings. Also, grow up, be an adult, and understand not everyone thinks like you. And that's okay.